If you ever felt like God gave you the same test twice, Deuteronomy 1 through 3 finna explain why. What's good, family? Nocodemus Smith sliding in with your weekly Torah portion commentary, Chicago edition from the car seat, where we break down scripture with clarity, humor, and algorithm-friendly vocabulary like spiritual growth, reflection, biblical patterns, and life transformation turn up. Today we hitting Deuteronomy 1 through 3, but from a new angle. This is Moses giving Israel the "I'm not mad, I'm disappointed" speech, but with receipts. Deuteronomy 1 through 3 is Moses saying, y'all ever notice how God keeps giving us the same type of test until we stop tweaking? This ain't just a recap, it's a reset button, a spiritual start fresh moment, and it mirrors Genesis in such a slick way. Genesis starts with a journey, Deuteronomy starts with the next journey. Genesis introduces the giants, Deuteronomy eliminates the giants. Genesis shows Jacob wrestling with identity, Deuteronomy shows Moses wrestling with legacy. Amazing. Moses said y'all wandered 40 years. Israel said we was exploring. God said, boy, if you don't stop acting like it was a field trip. Deuteronomy 2 and 3 reminds Israel, not every fight is your fight, but the ones that are yours, handle business. Now I'm talking about, and when giants pop up, those in Genesis 6, spiritual being, human hybrids, God sends prototypes. Joshua for the Anakim, David for Goliath, and the man who killed Goliath's brother to finish the storyline. By Deuteronomy 3, Og is the last giant standing, and he falls. That's God saying your next season won't have the same enemies as your last season, right? Og was the last one, just like they was the last ones at the flood, and then David's brother, killed Goliath's brother, was the last one. It's weird, right? Maybe because it's a spiritual thing happening. Maybe because it's a figurative thing happening. Take this with you. If God repeats a lesson, it's because you're close, not because you failed. Your boundaries are spiritual strategy, not punishment. Your giants are pattern tests, but they got expiration dates. And ask yourself, what lesson keeps spinning the block? What boundary is God telling me to respect? What giant is finally on his last leg? Pardon me if I'm teaching myself, because the Torah don't repeat itself. It reminds you who you are. Family, that was your weekly Torah portion commentary with Nocodemus Smith. Deuteronomy 1 through 3 shows us that God uses repetition as revelation, giants as growth markers, and boundaries as protection. Walk into this week with confidence, reflection, and purpose. And remember, if you see the pattern, you see the purpose. 1. It's that car commentary.